Hey everyone, I got another great question for you. Have you ever felt like you're living your life for everyone else but you? I mean, I think as physicians, we've definitely been conditioned to some degree to carry guilt. I mean, guilt for wanting more time to ourselves, for working less, for even thinking of stepping off the traditional path. I mean, hopefully you can relate to what I'm talking about. Today, I'm going to talk about this whole topic of guilt and obligation in medicine from a personal standpoint. Maybe by sharing some of those stories, you'll resonate as well. If you ever felt the pressure to live maybe a certain way because of your career, then this episode is definitely for you, so stay tuned.
Welcome to the Passive Income MD podcast, where we talk about creating your ideal life through multiple streams of income. If you enjoy hearing about this stuff, make sure to hit subscribe. Now let's get on with the show.
Hey everyone, this is Peter from Passive Income MD. Again, I want to just start by saying I'm just so grateful for all of you who are listening to this. And I also want to let you know that you're a special breed. You're people who are dedicating their time and energy to learning more about themselves, about finances, about the world in an effort to live better, more ideal lives. And so I just want to congratulate you, first of all, and just give you a pat on the back. And of course, here at PIMD, I'm just so grateful for this community. You're so incredibly supportive and engaged, and it's so fun. And I just feel like it's a privilege to be part of this. So I just want to say thank you so much. So I want to take you back to when I first started the blog Passive Income MD. Just raise your hand if you were part of it. That was many years ago. I just want to let you know that I started Passive Income MD totally anonymously. Like, I would not put my name on any of the articles. The only thing I mentioned on there about myself was that I was a doctor working in Southern California. And people ask me, why is that? To be honest with you, it's because I was pretty scared. I was scared of what my colleagues might think if they knew I was talking about some of these things. They might say I'm not dedicated enough to medicine. I mean, maybe a patient would see something. Maybe my family or my wife's family would think that I made a wrong turn somewhere, that I was maybe jumping off the ledge to some degree. So I didn't even tell anyone at first. I just kept it so quiet in terms of who I was, but I felt compelled to write something and put it out there. And however, I just didn't want the judgment. But if I'm being really honest, it wasn't really about other people. I mean, I think it was more about me. I mean, this is taking a lot of deep introspection and thinking to really understand this. Like, deep down, I think I had this belief that if you step outside of medicine, even just off the path a little bit, that meant that I was maybe betraying something, that maybe I was not living up to the role that I was supposed to play. And that's what I really want to talk about today. I mean, there's this silent weight. For some of you, it's kind of light. For some of you, it's heavier. Some of you, it's obvious. And it just sits there right there on your shoulders or right there on your chest. And so many of us physicians carry that. It's the guilt, the obligation, the pressure to stay on this path that we started so many years ago, even if we know it's no longer serving ourselves and our family and our communities. You probably heard this either overtly stated or it's been in your mind, these kind of sayings, like you're wasting your training if you work part-time. Or maybe you took a spot that somebody else should have taken in med school, or you owe it to society to keep going a certain way. I know we hear from others, but a lot of us, we just have that internal part of our brain that says that again and again. It becomes so ingrained, like in the culture of medicine, that most of us stopped even questioning it. That's why we work longer hours. We pick up extra shifts. We miss your kids' baseball games. You miss bedtime stories, all in the hopes that you're going to be a good doctor or considered a great physician. And I was like that too, because everything in my life was really focused on getting down this path, hitting the promised land, and becoming this physician, getting the career, being set in life. And I just felt like it wouldn't be right not to just keep going on that path. But then many of you know things happen outside of my control that knocked me off the path, meaning things changed at work. Even when I started transitioning more to part-time work, there was still that cloud that hung over me, that guilt. I mean, maybe it was even a little shame for not working full-time as a physician. Hey everyone, this is Peter Kim. I've got some exciting news for those of you thinking about taking your career beyond clinical medicine. PIMDCon 2025 is officially happening this September 25th through 27th in Newport Beach, California. Now, this isn't your typical conference. It's designed specifically for physicians like you, those who are exploring side hustles, thinking about starting a business, or wanting to learn how to invest in passive real estate. Now, at PIMD Con, you'll hear from top experts, investors, and entrepreneurs who've been in your shoes and are ready to share what works. Now, we built this event with you in mind, with tailored tracks focusing on real estate investing as well as entrepreneurship. So whether you're just starting out or looking to scale, there's something here for you. And if you can't join us in person, we've made it easy for you to participate virtually from anywhere. Now, if you've been thinking about creating more freedom in your life, financially or professionally or time, now this is your chance to take the next step. So head over to PIMDcon.com to grab your ticket. I hope to see you in Newport Beach. It's going to be an incredible weekend of learning, connection, and inspiration. One of the hardest things for me to do when I actually retired from medicine, or the retirement that I'm taking right now, was to tell people I'm not working in clinical medicine anymore. It just felt weird to say it. But then I remember someone told me this saying, and it really stuck with me. They said, no one will remember the weekends you worked, the overtime you worked, the extra shifts you took, except for your kids. Meaning all those shifts that you took because of obligation, the extra work that you did because you thought that's what you had to do. The people who were the beneficiary of that, whether it's the administration, the hospital, whatever it is, no one's going to remember that you put in that extra time at the end of the day. The people that will remember that will be your spouse, your partner, your kids, your family who missed out on time with you. And that really hit home because I realized I was building my life around what other people expected of me instead of what I truly wanted. And so I started taking time to reflect, and I'm not the most introspective guy. I never sat there meditating and thinking about where my life would end up. I just went on the path and I just go. But then I started to take time to just step back and think, what do I want? What do I want out of life? What do I want my ideal life to look like? How would I be spending my time if I had total control over it? How much would I spend time at work versus with my family? What do I want to do with my time now that I have good health? Do I want to give those best years to perhaps a system that maybe doesn't reward us in the end? Now, I still wanted to be a physician. There's a reason I went into medicine. I enjoyed it, truly helping people, doing the work, felt a ton of satisfaction, but I realized I didn't have to give my whole life to it. And I realized that I didn't need to worry about other people's judgment of how I spent my time. And once I realized I was free from that, wow, it felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I was able to say no to things. I didn't feel like I needed to ask people's permission to live the life that I wanted. I started realizing that success, at least personally and professionally, wasn't based on what other people thought about me. And I believe that freed me up to do things out of passion, out of things I wanted to do. At the end of the day, I wanted to spend time with people that I care about, doing things that I absolutely love doing. Some of those things are fun. Some of those things are productive. Some of those things are serving. And so I want to ask you, what if you allowed yourself to want something more, that it was okay to step off the path a little bit, to try things differently, that you didn't have to do things one way for the next 30 years, that you wanted more freedom, you wanted more presence or purpose. And what if that wasn't selfish, right? It's not wasteful. It's just be honest with yourself, what you want out of life, what you want to be, how you want to live intentionally, and who would that benefit in the end? I don't know, maybe a lot of this is because I'm getting older. I'm seeing my kids grow up. I'm seeing people around me whose health, is and are changing. And I'm hearing what's most important to them in their lives and how they would have done things differently. And it's making me think about how I want to spend my time and energy. And I promise you, it's not living with guilt or doing things out of obligation. It's this whole concept of doing things because I get to do them, not because I have to do them. And that definitely translates to medicine, my career, my life. And ultimately, I've learned we get to decide. And honestly, that makes me feel excited at the end of the day. I hope that does for you as well. Maybe you resonate with some of the things we're talking about here. If so, just let us know. Thanks for being part of the community. However we can support you, please let us know. Have an amazing week, and let's talk again soon.
Enjoy the show? Let me know by dropping a review in the podcast app you're listening to us in. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit subscribe. Join thousands of physicians who are also on this journey to creating their ideal lives through multiple streams of income. Learn more at our website, passiveincomemd.com. Thanks again for allowing me to be a part of your journey. See you next time.